Radio 1450 WCTC, the voice of Central Jersey. From politics to entertainment, from social issues to lifestyles, from newsmakers to pop culture. If it's Jersey, it's on Jersey Central with Bert Barron, 732-545-9282. Or toll free at 888-545-9282.
7:37 back on Jersey Central on the new Talk Radio WCTC. Contest coming up later on this morning. Next chance to win a voucher good for tickets to see Clever Little Lies, starring Marlo Thomas at the West Side Theater in New York City. Your chance to win coming up in just a bit. But to the Raritan Bay Medical Center Jersey Newsmaker Hotline we go, and one of my favorite new weekly features that we have here on WCTC, because I learned so much about so many different cool things. Let's welcome in Barry Blank, who is the president, founder, National Estate Jewelers in East Brunswick, for another edition of What's It Worth. Hello, Barry. Welcome to WCTC. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
I'm great, my friend. Thanks so much. And I really enjoy this feature every week, and I get a lot of good feedback from people just about you. Kind of teach us some cool stuff, which I think people use and helps them to make informed and educated decisions. So I thank you so much for that. Let's focus on gold for this time around. And it's true, Barry, that they say all that glitters is not always gold, right?
That's correct. That's correct. And from the beginning of time, there's something called pyrite in the ground that miners thought was gold when they were mining, and turned out to be what they call fool's gold, which was worthless. In mineral terms, it was not worth anything compared to what gold was worth.
So people are like, we're rich, and it turns out, is it just iron? Is that all it is?
Well, pyrite, I think, is iron sulfite or sulfate. I'm not a chemistry major, but it's a form of iron, I believe.
Okay, and obviously worth a fraction of what gold would be worth.
Nothing,
right?
nothing.
Zero.
I mean,
wow.
It's worth as decorative metal. I don't know what it's used at as chemistry in reality. I don't know what they use it for.
Gotcha. Now, how does one determine about if gold is actually gold and the value of it? Is there a test that's done on gold, Barry?
Well, there are two main tests. One is nitric acid, and we use different strengths of nitric acid by leaving a scratch mark on a piece of slate or the like, and then we apply different strengths of acid, and it dissolves away what isn't gold and leaves on the stone what is. And by looking at that test, we can actually see what carat gold it is, or X-ray analysis, which started many, many years ago with these huge instruments, and now they're handheld. And they still cost $15,000 to $20,000 for a handheld gold X-ray tester.
Wow. Do you have one, or have you used one?
I've used one many, many times, and they're very accurate. The good thing about an X-ray gold tester is that it tells you all the metals involved. It takes out tells you the percentage of copper, if there's platinum, if there's silver, the percentage of gold. You just have to be careful because X-ray testers only test the very surface of the metal. So it could be a plating you're testing.
Oh, that's good to know, too. All right. And that's rather definitive, I would think, when you put an X-ray tester on a piece of metal.
Totally definitive.
Wow. Very cool. Now, this is something I've wondered about for a long time, and I'm sure other people do. We always hear about, Barry, how the price of gold fluctuates. Well, what it's worth. What's the price of gold, an ounce today? And, I'm sure there's market effects and whatnot, and you always wonder about what drives the price of gold. Can you walk us through that, Barry?
Sure. Well, the price of gold right now is about $1,127 an ounce. This is actually, they call it the London gold fixing. There are a number of banks that get together, and the heads of the banks at between 10 and 10:30 every day decide upon or fix the price in the morning, called the AM fixing, at this number that they agree upon. Now, there is a big controversy over if this is a real fixed price and who's getting paid to put this price on, but I'm probably not allowed to say that. LOL, as they say in the texting language.
Right.
There's no, but this is a price that comes every morning, as called the London AM fix, and that's what the entire world goes upon. So we just have to go with that, and you could check this price any day on the internet if you just put in London gold fixing today.
Wow. So this is where the price comes in that dictates the around the world price of gold for that day.
Right. Now
wow.
that it could go up, it could go down, it could stay the same. And once it closes, once we have this AM fix, it could go either way, and nobody ever knows.
Interesting. Now, okay, now that kind of solves it. Does it also come down, Barry, to some degree of just good old-fashioned supply and demand?
Well, supply and demand is very important. There are many countries in the world where they use high carat gold as both adornment, as jewelry, and as an investment. Um, when investment is up, when investment, I shouldn't say investment, when purchasing is up, or when governments think they need to buy more gold, and there's less on the market, so yes, supply and demand will push the price.
Very good. How about the difference between when someone talks about gold being, 10 carat or 18 carat? What exactly does that carat represent?
Well, it came about initially when carats were determined as 24 carat being pure gold. So 10 carat is 10 over 24 parts of gold. What does this mean? Well, 14 carats is 14 over 24. What it actually means is that percentage-wise, it's like a formula. So 14 karat gold is 58.5% pure gold. 18 karat is 75% pure gold, and the likewise. We do percentages, we do formulas, so that if you have an ounce of 14 karat gold, and for argument's sake, it's at $1,000, there's only $585 worth of gold in that 1 ounce of metal.
I see. So then the highest designation can be is 24 carat, which is 100% gold then, right?
Correct.
I got this now. See, look how much I learn on the course of just a few moments conversation with you.
Sure.
Barry Blank's our guest. He joins us every Tuesday morning. We talk about different things going on with gold and jewelry, diamonds. We do it every Tuesday morning at 7:30 here on WCTC, and it's always great to have him. How about different colors of gold, Barry? And I've always wondered about white gold. I know white chocolate is really not chocolate. How about white gold?
Well, white gold is definitely gold. Matter of fact, today we have to mark things 14 karat KP or 18 karat KP, and what that means is carat plumb. It means it as a plumb line is exactly straight down.
Yeah.
Plumb gold, 14 karat plumb gold, has to be 58.5% pure gold. In the olden days, they used to have a half carat tolerance. So when you bought 14 karat gold, you were buying 13 and a half carat gold because they weren't going to make it 14 and a half carat gold. So the colors of the gold are determined by the addition of different metals. White gold has nickel silver in it, which is actually not silver. Pink gold has copper in it, and I think green gold has a form of chromium in it. But there are many; they can vary these colors also tremendously.
Does the value change between white gold and pink gold and the other types?
No,
It doesn't.
no. The only thing changes is the demand or the style. You could see 1940s jewelry was heavily 14 karat, was pink gold in 14 or 18 karat. A lot of pink gold, and it yielded from the war years because it was a very copper color. It was a very deco color. So from 30s to the 40s, we went to pink gold. From the 50s, we went a little into white. Then we went to the yellow gold. That today we're back, and people are really looking a lot into white gold.
Okay, it's my wife's favorite. I think is white
Yeah.
gold. And one last thing for you, Barry. The price of gold. Do you foresee a drastic jump in the near future, or what do you think the gold prices are going to be over the next couple months?
Personally, I think they're going to be stagnant. But if you could ask Tiny Tim, he would say, if I only knew how stocks would go on Wall Street, I know that I'd be satisfied with life.
That's right.
So up or down, they're constant right now. They seem to be on the downtrend, but a few days ago we had a spike up to $1,150 an ounce, and now we're at $1,127 an ounce. So nobody really knows.
Very good. Well, great information on the show today, Barry. I want to thank you for your time. And what would you like to chat about next week?
I would say timepieces, watches,
Okay.
pocket
Wow.
watches, wrist watches, and if they're an investment or not.
Very good. Well, always great to talk to you, Barry. Thanks for your time this morning, and we'll chat again next Tuesday at 7:30, sir, okay?
Thank you. Okay.
All right. Barry Blank, my guest. That is called